And you've got yourselves a bargain bill today here from Rab Rogers Field. Game 2 just moments away from getting started here in this Battle of the Ravine series. Ouachita winning Game 1 by a score of 4-1 just about 30 minutes ago. Now, looking at the record on the season for both of these teams, they are tied in Great American Conference contention at 19-12. And so this win here for Ouachita means they would exceed the Reddies in the conference standings. Meanwhile, for Henderson State, they're looking to hold on to that tie for 4th place with Arkansas Monticello, depending on how the Bull Weevils finish up this weekend. Now looking for this Ouachita team, you've got Luke House back up on the mound after picking up the save last outing. And looking at this Ouachita starting lineup in the field, starting at first base is Kendall Cassidy, second base Reese McWilliams, shortstop is Wesley Scott, and third base is Garrett Graham. Out in the outfield, right fielder Gavin Jacobs, left fielder Austin Gathright, and out in the middle is Isaac Nowell. The man behind the dish is Joseph Bolin, and that's your defensive lineup. But looking a little bit into House, you've got a guy that just pitched 2 innings and closed out a game for this Tiger team, and now looking to put forth an effort against them in Game 2 as well. This is a 7-inning game because the first one went 9. And so House here, Coach Luke Howard, just looking to see what he gets from his star 6'6" senior pitcher.
Yeah, it is unconventional. Talking to some of the former Tigers who just came back, just with Cooper Timmons, Cade Burris, Cameron Marchant, C.W. Schrader, and they were talking to Chase Oberly, and he said, so do you and Luke switch roles now? He starts and you come in and close? And he said, hey, I could go an inning. He was joking. And Cooper looked at Timmons. That's gone.
And what a way to start the game. Farah puts it out beyond the left field wall, and that one left no doubt as it's just going to overcome the wall with ease, and that's going to probably roll into the Ouachita football practice field while it's at it.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago that ball had been wet. But first pitch swinging and got all of it, and it is a first pitch swinging no-doubter to get Henderson on the board a little bit more quicker than they did last time. But finishing that up, he said, brings back old times. Start one, close one, and try to make it work. And now Luke House has got his work cut out for him. Henderson State came out aggressive in Game 1, and that's the definition of aggressive in Game 2.
Henderson State now leads 1-0. House delivers the breaking ball right down the middle. That one's tipped off behind him. House, he's still got some velocity on these pitches, and I don't know if that's always the best tell for how tired a pitcher is once they get further on in the count. We didn't see that from Oberly earlier. He was delivering some speed on his pitches every time up until the end. As that time, Rice, he's going to power that one out into left center field. Not far enough, though, as Isaac now makes the grab. But I mean, going back to what I was saying, not always the best tell, especially for these two pitchers for Ouachita, but I mean, so far, 91 miles per hour for House at this point, now in his 3rd inning of work today. That's got to be impressive.
Yeah, threw 38 pitches. So in the Game 1, he came out and got that 2-inning save. So interesting to see how far he can go. He won a complete game last weekend in 7 innings, and obviously if he does that today, it would be a 9-inning effort. But pitch count and how far can you go? Big pitch to Shork right there on the first one. Got the called strike on the breaking ball and big swing and miss. But the deeper he can go, obviously the better for Ouachita, because the bullpen depth on the weekends has been 4 pitchers: Oberly, House, Kaiser Smith, Tag Pico, and maybe throw another one in there. But if last week they got through it with 4 pitchers, and try to do it this weekend as well.
Shork is going to ground that one to Scott. Scott lofts it over to Cassidy and gets it there in time. And you mentioned those 4 pitchers, but also you saw in the midweek game against Southern Arkansas, Austin Bagnall really providing a good 7-inning performance for the Tigers. So Coach Luke Howard not sure if he would go to Bagnall in an opportunity like this, but at the same time, he knows he's got a weapon in his arsenal if needed now. House, the breaking ball is going to hit the bottom of the zone. Up to bat is Dylan Block. This Henderson lineup looking fairly similar to the last one. The only difference is that the lineup shifted up one, and Louis Holt is in the 9 hole. Reese McWilliams fields it and gets it to Cassidy. And so that inning goes for 1 run for Henderson State. But then after the 1 home run, Ouachita retires the next 3 batters. Reddies lead 1-0 going into the bottom of the first here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I'm attorney Taylor King. For years, you've heard us say we'll be on your side, by your side.
I'm attorney Austin King. At Taylor King Law, we stand by that promise.
And I'm attorney Maggie King Davis. I'm proud to be a part of a team of dedicated professionals who are prepared
to be on your side and by your side when you need us most.
If you've been injured, contact the Taylor King Law Firm.
And we, and more, will be on your side, by your side.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Wichita.
Achita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
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 How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
And welcome back here from Rab Rogers Field. The man on the mound for Henderson State, Cole Rodriguez. And he's been one of the better pitchers in the GAC this season for Henderson. Looking a little bit into Rodriguez on the year, he's got a 5.46 ERA, 4-2 in win-loss record. This is his 13th start of the year, and he leads the Reddies in innings pitched on the year with 57 2/3 innings. So Rodriguez, a guy that's probably got more experience under his belt than every other pitcher on this lineup. So if there's a guy that you want to put on the mound, if you're head coach Cody Hooten, to win a crucial game 2, this is the guy that you want. He'll be facing off against this Ouachita lineup that is exactly the same as the last game. Isaac Nowell, Wesley Scott, and Kendall Cassidy are the 3 due up in the inning. And behind them, Garrett Graham, Jackson Jester, Reese McWilliams, Austin Gathright, Joseph Bolin, and Gavin Jacobs. So very little changes for both teams coming into this game. Ouachita not even changing its pitcher at this point.
Fair point, Isaac. That's pretty good. Talking to some of those, I mentioned talking to Cooper Timmons and that crew between games, they said it just took a little bit. When you don't have the lineup that you had last year, it took a while for Coach Howard to kind of find out what was going to work, try to play with some different combinations. These last 3 weeks, they found one that has worked. They've been active at the plate and been able to come up with hits, and now they're going to have to today. Henderson already on the board, and that's probably not all.
Now he's going to rifle that one right to Jones, and he can't make the pickup. That one might have clocked him on the chin.
Chin or shoulder. You know, we saw one error from Jones at shortstop in game 1. I got a text from former Tiger Brad Bettis. He said that ball bounces different on dirt than it does turf, and it's a fair point. Clydeberry Field, the home field of the Reddies, is turf, so you're going to have a true bounce. Obviously, they play on grass and dirt everywhere else, but that one just kind of hopped a little bit funny. It was a hard hit ball by now. That's why you try to hit it hard. And he comes up with they did go with a hit on that rather than an error.
Wesley Scott is up to the plate. The switch hitter, once again, batting lefty here against the righty Rodriguez. Going to check on now, and he'll step back on the base. Scott batting .329 on the season. He's got 7 home runs on the year as well. tied for first on the team. Rodriguez delivers one right to the bottom of the zone. Scott, he takes the rifle from Rodriguez and fouls it off to the left side.
Thanks to David Pinnell for running out and getting our center field camera back. At some point, I do want to brag. This is the last weekend of broadcast, so I have to brag on you guys at some point, maybe during a break. But I'll take it right now. We got a foul ball. I'm the only adult working on these broadcasts, and you guys, the students, probably have 8 or 9 at some point today. Various students do a tremendous job. It's a lot of hours, a lot of volunteer work, a lot of organization that after tomorrow we will have done 222 broadcast, podcast shows, and other things through the course of this year. And the hours that you guys spend and the dedication you show is greatly appreciated.
And Scott, that one's got some height on it, but it's going to go right down into the glove of right fielder Trip Campbell.
Yeah, I got under that one just a little bit, but to wrap up what I was saying, just a huge thank you as we wrap up another year of OSDN broadcast. This is the 6th year of OSDN and kind of took it to another level about 4 years ago, and a lot of that is due and mostly because of the hours that you guys spend. So those of you in the trailer who can hear, those of you, and you can pass it on to those working cameras, that thank you from me. And that comes from, that's on behalf of a lot of people who watch these broadcasts of all of our sports throughout the years, from our fans and families, but from other teams as well.
Cassidy, he'll swing on it.
Oh, wow.
And now he's going to dive for second base right under the feet of Cal Jones. Credit Jones that time for hopping over now and not getting called for interference.
Well, I mean, he wasn't going to get called for interference, but if he holds onto that ball, Now's out. That was a tremendous throw, evading Cassidy. The throw, he had to come up in the air, catch it, and he made the tag, but then he lost the ball. Otherwise, Now would be out.
Just incredible athleticism by Jones and showing why he's at that shortstop position as Cassidy is going to rifle that one right to the glove of second baseman for the Henderson State Reddies, Luke Farah, and then he makes the double play at second. So the Tigers had something going with Now at second, but then he's thrown out after the double play. We'll be back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Owned by OBU alumni, Java Primo is the official coffee house of Ouachita Tiger football. At Java Primo, amazing coffee is just the beginning. Try our great options at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and don't forget about our amazing desserts. Also, shop Java Primo's gift selection 24/7 online at javaprimo.com.
Go Tigers! Go Tigers!
I'm Rex Horn, the Interim Executive Director of the Arkansas Baptist State Convention, and today I'm joined by my friend Dylan, who is an attorney with the Arkansas Baptist Foundation, with an important word for you.
The foundation is here to help you support your Ouachita Tigers. If you'd like to create an estate plan that supports Ouachita and its mission, or learn about other giving opportunities, please contact us using the information below.
Luke House back up on the mound with no one getting warm-up pitches in the Ouachita bullpen for his second inning of work in this game, 4th on the day. So far, the sophomore has allowed just 1 run, and that was on that initial home run that smacked us in the face just a little bit to start this game.
Just a little bit. What you like from Ouachita in that bottom half of the first, they're making contact. You know, Scott got under the fly ball out to Campbell in right field. Cassidy had a hard hit, the line drive that was caught to the second baseman. If that's, 10 feet to the right or left, we could be tied at 1. Instead, you end up lining into the double play. But good contact. You're going to have to continue that against this Henderson State offense that only scored 1 run in the first game, but that's not going to last through 3 games.
Alex Galvin up to bat for the Reddies. House puts that one below the zone. Galvin 370 on the season. House is going to retire the batter. Excuse me. House is going to pick up ball 4 on that one, and it's going to send the runner to first. Excuse me. Was looking at around the GAC scores right now. Arkansas, Monticello, and Southern Arkansas tied at 2 apiece in the top of the 7th. That one has big stakes when it comes to Ouachita and Henderson seedings, both coming into this final stretch of the season. Arkansas Monticello came into this weekend tied for 4th with Henderson State in the conference. House, that one goes low, and that means that's going to send out the coaches, and it's also going to bring Joseph Bolin up to the mound to talk as well.
Pitching coach Dave Brown will make his way to the mound. We'll take a minute to talk about the work that this pitching staff has done under Coach Brown. Obviously, we mentioned the midweek pitching. They've still been trying to figure out where they go there. But these guys who have been here a few years with Coach Brown, Luke House, Chase Oberly, this is Kaiser Smith's second year. Pico's been here 3 years, I believe. And so all under the tutelage of pitching coach Dave Brown. There you get a shot of he and Joseph Bolin walking off the mound. It's a good coaching staff. Both these teams have great coaching staffs, but obviously I work more with the Ouachita coaching staff, Coach Howard and Burson and Dave Brown, pitching coach. It's a great group.
House, here's the 2-0 pitch. Making contact that time is Campbell.
He had thrown 6 straight. He had 4 straight balls but in the at-bat before Trip Campbell and 2 straight to Trip.
Campbell, the Arkadelphia native, former Badger of Arkadelphia High School. And House delivers the beautiful breaking ball into the zone. One strike away here from their first out of the inning. Going to check over on Galvin. And that's going to be strike 3. Doesn't check to see, and it looks like...
I think he run. I don't think he called it a swing. I can't sure if he called it a swing. We'll have to look and see how that one is scored. He rung him up like it was a called strike, but maybe said that he went around as well. It said struck out looking, so yeah, it was. Campbell didn't like it. It was on the outside part of the plate.
Nevertheless, that is the first out of the game, or the first out of the inning, and that is Luke House's first strikeout of the game. Continuing to check on Galvin over there. On the season, Galvin is 2 for 3 on stolen base attempts. Now here's Moore. Nate Moore on the season, batting an even 300. That pitch goes high. Still no one warming up in the Ouachita bullpen. House still in his 4th inning of work. He's up to 21 pitches so far today. House here with the get me over pitch. Finds the middle of the zone on the fastball. see if he can use that to battle back here. Catches the bottom outside corner. And so now, full count here for Luke House. He's going to check over on the runner on first, and just barely making it back in time is Galvin. Here's the payoff pitch. He makes contact. Gonna foul it off to the left side. And struck him out looking again as Luke House catches the outside corner of the zone.
Now batting the shortstop, Cal Jones.
That's 2 outs in this inning, both of them coming off Luke House strikeouts.
Yep, got that one at the bottom part of the zone. Some of the Henderson fans in front of us didn't like it.
Showing and going for the bunt is Cal Jones. Looked like he did make contact.
Yeah, it was a foul ball.
He'll swing and get a piece of it. Fouled off behind him. So now 0-2 in the count. Luke House now just needs that one final dealing blow. Still a runner on first for the Reddies. Jones, that one's got distance, but not enough. Gavin Jacobs able to make the grab out in right field, and that's going to send us to another break. Henderson State gets a man on the bases due to a walk, but then Luke House able to retire 3 more batters. We'll be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
That's a timeout on betting. It completely changed the game, and you didn't even notice. Let me break it down for you. Betting ads are applying full court pressure and getting you to play the game. Many of you are falling for it and losing big money. Addiction is happening in some more than others. Now players are getting harassed by bettors. And we all know that's not how the game is won. So it's on us to be good teammates and draw the line to stay ahead of betting consequences.
Visit the Ouachita campus store for all your Tiger apparel, merchandise, and gifts. If you need something to wear to show your Tiger pride, stop by the Ouachita campus store on the bottom floor of the Evans Student Center to grab a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, or more. If you can't stop by the store on campus, visit us online at bookstore.obu.edu. Make your purchase and we'll send it to you. Support the Tigers by checking out the Ouachita campus store. Go Tigers.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia or visit their website at printmaniatees.com to see how they can help your business or group. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your business or organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business in Arkadelphia, Print Mania has been serving the public since 1992. Call Print Mania today, 870-246-3803.
And welcome back to Rab Rogers Field here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Cole Rodriguez up on the mound for his second inning of work as Ouachita back up to the plate. Starting off here is Garrett Graham. Following him up will be Jackson Jester and Reese McWilliams in the lineup. And Rodriguez, that one's going to elude the grasp of catcher Jeremy Shork. Swing and a miss for Graham.
Big cut. Big cut from Graham. Just came up over the top and came up empty.
Garrett Graham gets a chop at it and gets it down out into left field. That's a base hit for the junior, and he'll start off the inning with a bang.
Good piece of hitting by Garrett Graham.
Designated hitter, Jackson Jester.
2 for 4 in game 1. Comes up with a base hit in his first at bat here in the bottom of the second. And try to get something going for Ouachita. Trailing 1-0 after the first pitch, leadoff homer from Farah in the top of the first.
Here's now DH Jackson Jester. He'll rifle that one down the first baseline, but into foul territory. Jester on the season comes into this game batting .288 on the year. He'll watch that one go by, and now it's 0-2 count. Rodriguez here, looking to pick up strikeout number 1 today. He'll get it over to the second baseman, Farah, and the play will be made at first, but that does advance Graham 1 base.
Yeah, just not hit hard enough to Farah to be able to try to get the out at second. So it's not what he was intending to do, but in essence, it's a sacrifice, force out a big bunt. Sacrifice bunt. So now you got one in scoring position if McWilliams can get a base hit.
McWilliams thought about it, and that one's going to hit the bottom corner of the zone. So Rodriguez 0-1 up in the count. McWilliams hit a big homer to give Ouachita an early 1-0 lead for the first score of the game last time out.
Yeah, Rodriguez kind of had him fooled on that one. Came with the breaking ball on the first pitch, and then came back with the heater, and so now he definitely has advantage, and McWilliams will have to protect, hopefully put something into the opposite field.
Rodriguez puts that one low, trying to get McWilliams to bite here.
If he does turn on it, though, there's a lot of room in that left center field gap.
He'll watch that one go inside. Crowd
ready,
not happy with that one.
Ready's wanted that one, which I can see it. Looked like a tad bit inside, but there have been some that have been around the plate that he's given to pitchers.
McWilliams, that one is going to balloon that one up into the back of the infield, and the catch is made by Cal Jones.
Graham lost track of how many outs there were. He was running that one out, and then quickly realized, probably got some help because he was running towards the third base coach and the dugout, and got back to second. Thankfully, it was a high pop-up, and there was not a double play made, thankfully for Ouachita, that is.
Here's now freshman Austin Gathright, one of 3 freshmen in this starting lineup for the Tigers.
Interesting how Henderson is playing him. They're playing infield, the second base, and Rice at first base, and Fair at second are playing him to pull. They're playing back on the grass. Center fielder is shading him towards the opposite way. Campbell in right field playing pretty much straight up, maybe a hair shaded towards center field, but lots of room in right center field.
Rodriguez, that's 2 pitches at the feet of Gathright. Freshman has had to evade 2 in a row now, so 2-0 count for him. Two outs on the board. Ouachita looking to rally here. Gathright is going to hit that one down the right side, and that's going to be an out at first base. Tigers, they get a runner on second, but Garrett Graham can't go any further than that. They strand 1 runner on base as we head into the third here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I'm Sandra, this is Jorge, and we were adopted in 2019. I remember when they first came to us, Michael was already a teenager. The whole cliche of they're so lucky to have you guys, and it's the other way around. They have changed our family for the better. They chose to love us. They didn't have to. They chose us. Family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
On campuses nationwide, the NCAA is making transformative changes for student athletes. While they pursue their biggest dreams, we're launching new initiatives to help them. Life-changing education opportunities are just the start. The NCAA is providing enhanced mental health services. We're guaranteeing scholarships and tuition and expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn more.
The breeze is non-existent here at Rab Rogers Field as of now. That flag completely down. Maybe a slight breeze now, but it is a hot and sunny day here in Arkadelphia, Arkansas.
I guarantee you it feels better to the fans who are sitting in the stands. Those all those fans you see at the top of your screen loving that this is a late afternoon game. They were right in the middle of that sun, under a hot sun in game one, and then right as we start game two in the first inning, the sun went behind the trees that are behind the press box here, so it's much nicer sitting in the stands in game two than it was game one.
Luke House back up on the mound for his third inning of work. He's got Louis Holt, the nine-hole batter for this Henderson team, before that switches back over to Luke Farah and Luke Rice.
Louis Holt from just up the road in Milani, Hawaii.
Oh, right next to Bryant.
Yeah, right, or Bismarck.
1-1 count after the breaking ball from House. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Holt, he'll swing and miss on that one. So House, one strike away from picking up out number one here.
If I was from the South, I would say he couldn't get to Holt at that one.
Luckily or not, so Holt is going to rifle that one right into the gap.
Got a hold of that one.
And he'll take first base. That's hit number 2 of the game for Henderson State, and that's the first hit that hasn't produced a score, fun fact, for the Reddies today.
They do have some power all up and down this lineup. Now you come back to the top of the order, and Farah, he started this game with that no-doubter, and if he does the same thing, that Van better watch out or hurry up and get out of the way.
House, the breaking ball will break a little too far inside that time. And you see there on the swing, Farah going for another one, wants to try to put his team up by a trio here. That one will go outside.
Farah added to his home run total. That first inning now has 13 on the season. One of 3 Reddies in double figures in home runs. Ouch.
He'll take that one on the inside of the bat, and he'll foul it off behind him.
Got in on the hands of Farah on that one.
Checking on the runner. Holt on first. Trying to Holt him on first. Here's House, 2-2 pitch.
Ooh.
And Farah got the bat to it, but he's going to foul it off towards the highway.
You want another bad one?
No.
Sorry, I couldn't put it in Farah territory that time. just trying to break you, Isaac. It's the last weekend of the 200 and something broadcast. I'm trying to break you.
We'll see if House can break this ball here. And Farah fouls it off behind him. That one might actually get to the highway.
You know, the bridge has washed out, obviously, with the flood 3 weeks ago. It's funny to watch people park in the football parking lot and say, what am I supposed to do here? Obviously, fans are having to park at tennis and on the football side until that bridge is able to be repaired. Most likely, I would guess, during the summer.
House, that one's to the outside. I mean, they can always go swimming. The swim team just a little bit further down the boulevard, though, at the Sturgis Physical Education Center. On a day like this, you wouldn't mind cooling off just a little bit. House, 3-2 pitch, and that one's going to go low. Farah excited after he gets the walk there.
Yeah, it's a big plate appearance for Farah to be able to get on after having the 2 strikes, and now you try to get something going. You get the runner on first, and then back it up with a walk, and now Luke Rice has a chance to kind of do some damage. And you know, neither team has really been able to get a run going with several ABs in a row. Henderson, this is their first chance to try to put some separation after the solo shot from Farah to start the game.
House, he'll dab it in the top outside corner. Rice, he'll loft it out into left center field, and Gathright there for the grab. And they'll keep the runners where they are.
Boy, that was a big pitch from House to get the long ball threat, the RBI threat, the extra base hit threat. Rice, 500 slugging percentage on the season, 36 RBIs, and House was able to get him to pop that one up and, more importantly, keep the runners where they are. And now your odds of getting a soft ground ball from Shork are not good. He can hit this one a mile. Ooh, he tried to on that one, big cut. But you're a pitch from getting out of it against a very dangerous hitter who can also put one on the tennis courts.
Shork on the season, second in the conference in home runs. He's got 16 this year. House delivers that one, bottom inside corner.
Pitchers are going to love that home plate umpire likes the low in the strike zone. Go right back there. Bolin setting up low and outside.
Swing and a miss, but that is going to advance the runners to second and third after the dropped or possibly wild pitch from House.
Yeah, obviously I didn't have the best angle from right here to see whether it hit the ground, or we'll look and see on the play-by-play what that wild pitch is what they call. So you didn't have to get the out since the base was occupied, but now it's a big spot. The base hit would score 2.
House, beautiful changeup right into the zone. Pitching here up against batter Dylan Block, the junior, batting .286 on the year. Swing and a miss for Block, so now House, 1 strike away from getting himself out of this pinch. Two 0-2 pitch, Block gets a piece of it off to the left side for a foul. House 0-2 pitch. That one gets loose to the outside, so he'll watch it go by. Last time Block was at the plate, it was a ground out.
Nice eye. It's a good pitch by House on the 1-2. The breaking ball started in the middle of the zone and went low. Nice smother by Bolin, but it was a better take by Block.
Two pitch. House, that one again outside. So now Block. He's taken 3 balls now and 2 strikes. Runners on second and third. House, a strike here, ends the inning. A ball, loads the bases. Block gets a hold of it. Reese McWilliams, the off-balance throw to first, and he can't get the throw over there. Kendall Cassidy has to move off first base to field it, and Henderson State's going to score.
It's a matter of positioning. Block put it exact. It was a soft ground ball, but it was where it was hit. McWilliams had to go a long way and then turn and throw against his body, and Block had the speed to get down. And so it's the 3rd hit of the game, and now Henderson still has a runner at third and try to extend this lead with 1 run in the first, 1 in the third. House was a pitch from getting away from it, out of it. Now he will with that one, but man, just 1 pitch too late. It was a perfectly placed ball. It wasn't hard hit. It was a good pitch. Just it was the placement of that ball that ended up in the run.
Henderson State able to score one more time to go up 2-0. Ouachita will look to respond in the bottom of the third here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of bats and signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Bats and Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
I was forgetting my responsibilities at work.
I told Mom we should visit a doctor.
Alzheimer's. It was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support as a family. I've never felt more connected with Mom.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Ouachita back up to the dish here in the 3rd inning. Joseph Bolin, Gavin Jacobs, and the one-hole Isaac Now will see action at the plate in this inning, and they'll face off against Cole Rodriguez. Only 23 pitches into his tenure on the mound, and so far today he's kept the Tigers scoreless with just 2 hits to their name. Joseph Bolin on the season batting .197, trying to eclipse that Mendoza line today. He'll take a strike. And the pitchers so far today, they've been seeing some generosity when it comes to that lower half of the zone. Pitchers have been able to get those strike calls in the lower part of the zone a lot more regularly. And so we'll see if Rodriguez can do that here. That one is going to get loose out to the far side. Still a clear day here in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Maybe a little bit of wind starting to pick up. Bolin can't get a bat to it that time. Ball is going to come out of the glove. 2-2 count here for Joseph Bolin. Breaking ball is going to go right past the hands of Bolin. So now it's a full count for Rodriguez. Payoff pitch. That one's going to go low and outside, and Joseph Bolin, he's going to take the base on balls here. And now the 9-hole Gavin Jacobs up to bat. Batting .219 on the season. Jacobs and Bolin have switched time at that right field and catcher position. Jacobs typically being behind the dish for more of the midweek games. Meanwhile, Bolin spending most of his time behind the dish during the weekend games. Octavio Mendeville, the now first base coach for Ouachita, was actually the catcher for the opening of the season. Jacobs, that one, able to get a bat to it, but it's going to go right to the glove of center fielder for the Reddies, Nate Moore. So after the line out to center field, the lineup turns over. Here's Isaac Nowell. Last time he was at the plate, it was a hit for him. And that gets him on the hands that time, so he'll foul it off to the left side. Outfielders mostly even right now. No one playing too far up or too far to one side. Center fielder smack in the middle. Oh-2 start here for Rodriguez as Now watches that one. Rodriguez, 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for Now. Got a tip of it, but it goes right into the glove of Shork. And so now Wesley Scott with 2 outs on the board and a runner on first. We'll see here what the sophomore switch hitter can do. Batting from the right side, the left side on your screen, and also lefty. Native of Dallas, Texas. Scott, one of 3 players on this team to have hit 7 home runs. Rodriguez puts that one right past the arms of Bolin for a strike. Scott, and that one hits the grounder over to second base, and the play is made at first. Tigers unable to score in the inning, and they still trail 2-0 as Henderson State heads back to the plate here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
At Berry & Turnage, we specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry & Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry & Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
Luke House up on the mound for his 4th inning of work here at Rab Rogers Field. Possibly some movement over in the Ouachita bullpen. Weston Bailey, the right-handed junior pitcher, making a run out there. Not sure who the reliever will be. Also, you see Tag Pico getting some run as well. Finds the outside of the zone that time, is House. House facing off against Trip Campbell here. Campbell, he's going to get a hold of it, but he's going to foul it off to the left side. Chris Babb, who was just with me on the broadcast, had some time to join with some former Ouachita baseball alumni. So, Chris, we'll send it to you.
Yeah, hopefully this is up. We're a long way out here. We're out in the center field deck, and so if it gets too scratchy, we'll call it a good effort.
Yeah.
We're out here with some former Tigers that came back to watch their crew play. Isaac, now looking back at you guys and making fun of you because you are your former teammates. C-Dub Schrader, Cameron Marchant, Cooper Timmons, Cade Burris, some of the more recent, as Trip Campbell fouls that one into the Henderson dugout. Some of the more recent graduates and alumni in the Ouachita baseball program. C-Dub, I'll start with you because you're the one that they offered up to talk. What does it mean to come back here and see these guys as Campbell flies that one into left field? Garrett Graham called off by Wesley Scott, and the catch is made in foul territory for an out. You guys saw that last year with Wesley Scott, the freshman year. C-Dub, what does it mean to come back and see these guys from this side of the fence and be able to sit out here and heckle Isaac?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's not as fun being on this side of the fence, but it's good to see some of these guys. And it's awesome to see how far this program's come, how far this facility's come. It used to be, man, whenever I first signed on here, you wouldn't recognize what it looks like today. So it's truly Coach Howard and the whole program and Coach Sharp and all the assistant coaches, they've done a great job in turning this program around. So it's really cool to see.
You guys got to be a part of a couple of regional appearances. What are some of your best memories? I'll give one personal one. Is the 8-1 matchup versus Central Missouri on May 19th of 2 years ago, I believe, 3 years ago, because it was my son Cooper's birthday, and Cooper Timmons had an okay outing on the mound up there to defeat the 1 seed. When you think about those times and those memories, what makes you glad that you had that time as there's a foul ball out of play with 0-2 count with one out here in the top of the fourth? When you think about some of those memories, a lot of people think of wins, losses, but what are some of the other memories that I guess ones that you can share that stories that come back up when you guys come together?
Man, just the camaraderie with the guys, the road trips, just so much fun, such a tight-knit group. And obviously that game stood out as one of my favorites of a few years I played here. Coop, I remember he was just up there just growling, man. Nobody wanted to touch him. But, man, that was such a great game. 2 regional appearances from, I remember our freshman year, them just looking at us as, kind of a team that didn't even have a chance to final 2 years that I spent here. They had one more year, but just absolutely coming out the gate shooting, and it was such a blast.
Tag Pico with the banana ball. If we're in banana ball rules, Tag Pico just got an out, and then you like the spike. One of you other guys have to come over here and talk. The microphone won't let me go too far, but here we are, 1-2 count with one out. Top of the 4th inning, nobody on. Pico and banana ball would have had the out, but obviously not here. There's another. That's going to be to Gathright in left field. Tracks it down for the second out of the inning. We'll bring Cooper Timmons in here. Cooper, you talked to Chase Oberly after the game. All 4 of you were talking to Chase. You and Cam, former pitchers. You remember that last outing here. You set the strikeout record, beating Steve Smith. Chase has had some good outings. What are some of the things that he's going to remember about his time as a Ouachita Tiger?
I think
you have to come up close. There you go.
I think the biggest thing that he's going to remember is really just outside of baseball. Like, everybody can remember baseball and playing baseball and the wins and losses and everything. But I think just the culture that we've built here and that we've passed down to these younger guys and the guys that are still playing, just the stuff outside of baseball, growing the guys and, just really the friendships that are going to last a lifetime. I mean, I'm going to, be friends with Chase for probably forever until one of us dies. But I think that's really the biggest piece. I mean, baseball is such a small part of all of our lives. I think that outside of baseball is really the biggest thing that any of us are ever going to remember. As Chase Oberly actually goes in and punches the dummy batter in the bullpen.
Pitching change here. It's going to give a good hand to Luke House, the former teammate, too. Get some love on the mound as well. Luke House with good work here as he gets Ouachita into the fourth inning and turn it over to Tag Pico. Guys, we're going to take a little break, but Cade, Cam, give me one of your best memories before we send it to a break as Tag warms up. You got to come over here, though, and talk into the microphone. I know you're not shy talking unless we put a microphone in your face.
Never. But honestly, we were just talking about this earlier. Best memories probably our first trip to that regional. We had an older 80s-style van. I mean, that thing barely could run, but it made for a good road trip, and especially just the way that weekend went. That's probably the best one we've had.
Bring Cam over. You had multiple years. Cam only here for a couple of years, but I know the relationships. It's what brings you back. You live in Indiana now, but still came down for the weekend. I know some of those relationships are things that guys like Isaac and a couple of these freshman guys that are looking up me talking to the old fellows right now. That's what they're going to take away from this. And heck, we've got 2 seniors who are graduating from OSDN, but any senior who's graduated from college is going to look back at some of those memories and remember those relationships.
Yeah, I mean, just so many just pop up in my head, but honestly, just like they were saying, just everything outside of baseball. I mean, just pregame, just talking it up with all the pitchers, just everything outside of baseball was just really fun.
Well, guys, thanks for joining us. C.W. Schrader, Cameron Marchant, Cade Burris, Cooper Timmons, a couple of young alumni of the Ouachita baseball program. We can't say that for too many more years, though. Isaac, we'll turn it back over to you as you bring Tag Pico into the game. Tigers trail 2-0 in the top of the fourth with 2 outs. Isaac, back to you.
Thanks, Chris. It's always nice to visit with some Ouachita alumni, especially guys that have played in the recent past. And last year, a lot of those guys getting their senior day on this weekend, and now you saw Luke House most likely throw his last few pitches here from Rab Rogers Field, barring the home field advantage in the later rounds of the Great American Conference playoffs. But now they turn it over to Tag Pico, one of the more common relievers in the Great American Conference. You look at him on the season, Pico, 4.37 ERA, 5-3 win-loss record, 16 appearances. And he's got 2 saves on the year. He's facing off here against the 8-hole Cal Jones. 1 out to go here in this inning. Pico just needs the 1 out to get the Tigers here out of the fourth. Jones, he's going to rifle that one over into left field, and he's going to take 2 bases. He's going to stay at first. Turned the corner at first with a vengeance. Thought he would maybe go for 2. But the cannon from Austin Gathright able to get the ball back into the infield and prevent Jones from going for another base.
Left fielder Louis Holtz.
Now rounding out the lineup, here's Louis Holt. He was able to score last time he was on the bases. Pico's pitch is going to go high. And they're just going to allow the stolen base for Jones. Bolin not looking to make an errant throw that time. Pico delivers that one, and it barely misses the zone. So now he's in line for a get-me-over pitch. 3-0 here. Can't find the zone again, and Pico's going to walk Holt. And the lineup turns over. He's got Farah starting out the lineup. Pico with his 18th appearance of the season here today. He moves into a tie for 6th in the conference in most appearances. Looking to make the most of it here. Farah, that's a swing and a miss. Dug in the dirt for that one. Pico, 0-1 pitch. Continuing to try to find that bottom of the strike zone. Bolin trying to frame him up there. Pico with this appearance also moves into 6th in the conference in games in relief. And Farah once again trying to dig for that Pico pitch. His attempt that time does not go well. So 1-2 pitch for Pico. All he needs is one strike to get the Tigers out of it. Can't find the zone that time. Pico trying his best to be as safe with Farah as he can, as the first pitch of this game went for a Farah home run with no doubt that it went around and over that outfield wall. And the breaking ball for Pico is going to send the Tigers out of it. Washita, they keep Henderson State off the board after the pitcher switch late in the inning. And they'll head back to the plate trying to cut into this 2-0 lead here after the break on the Washita Sports Digital Network.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
And welcome back to the Washita Sports Digital Network. Rodriguez due for his 4th inning of work here from Rab Rogers Field. Reddies, they lead 2-0 in this second game of the 3-game series, trying to force a rubber match tomorrow at noon. Starting off the inning for the Tigers is Kendall Cassidy. Following him up will be Garrett Graham and Jackson Jester. Those are the 3 due up for the Tigers, and here we go.
Kendall Cassidy.
Cassidy's going to foul that one off into the parking lot. Starts off disadvantage in the count, 0-2. Rodriguez looking for another strikeout today. He's only got one so far. Cassidy, he's going to foul it off into the glove of the catcher. And so that's out number one.
Now batting third baseman, Garrett Graham.
Rodriguez, that one goes outside. Now Rodriguez looking to battle back. And he's going to send Garrett Graham to first base off the base of on balls.
Now batting designated hitter Jackson Jester.
Now here's the DH Jackson Jester. He'll look to advance Graham in the base paths. Rodriguez so far today, he's only allowed 2 Washita hits and only walked 2 batters. One pitch for Rodriguez. Jester, he's going to pop that one out into center field, and the catch is easily made. That's going to send Garrett Graham back to first. So now 2 outs on the board. Tigers have been productive with 2 outs so far today and earlier this week against Southern Arkansas. Reese McWilliams will look to prove that here. McWilliams, he's going to rifle that one over to third base, and the play is made at second. Tigers stay off the board and get one on base, but he's left there. They still trail 2-0 heading into the 5th here on the Washita Sports Digital Network.
If you want to win in every arena of college life, go D2. Make it yours.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Tag Pico back up on the mound for his next inning of work. He was able to finish off the last time the Tigers were on defense with the last third of the inning, so now here he's due up for his first full work. of an inning, and I'm joined here with Chris Babb once again. And Chris, we saw a great performance from Luke House today. Tag Pico taking over. We saw a little bit of early shakiness from him, but then able to send Farah back to the dugout was enough to possibly give Ouachita some momentum.
Yeah, it was. I tell you what, out there, his buddies were excited for him when he was able to strike those guys out. It was a good way to end that inning, but you can't stop. We've talked about the power of this lineup all day, and it just doesn't stop when you get out. You've got to do what you need to do to keep them off the board to give your team a chance. I tell you what, though, out on that deck, it is warm. I don't know how they're still out there the whole time.
Going to rifle that one down the line, and Kendall Cassidy able to make the quick, easy pickup.
He
touch first.
He fielded that one on a short hop like he'd been doing it all season. You know, Ouachita went through several first basemen, rotated through a few different ones, and the last 3 weeks it's been Cassidy on weekends, and that was a nice pickup on a short hop with a hot shot from Rice.
That's one out. Now Pico facing off against the catcher, Jeremy Shork. We already talked about his ability to hit the ball and hit it pretty far. 16 home runs on the season. Tigers hoping to keep it right at 16. Going for it there. He'll foul it off behind him.
Well, he got the both of the first two strikes on the outside part of the plate. You don't want to miss inside with Shork. He can turn on it and really damage a baseball if you miss inside.
Pico, that one's going to hit the dirt.
Might have hit the grass.
Held on to it just a little too long that time, but still 1-2 count for Pico, just one away from sending Short back to the dugout. He's going to rifle that one down the right side into foul territory. Cassidy twitched for a second thinking he was going to have to do the same thing, but he'll go right back to his position. Infield playing it a little bit deep.
And they're actually shading him to pull. Wesley Scott playing on the second base side of the bag from his shortstop position. Ooh, that's dangerous, though, if you got your defense playing for the pull. If you miss outside, there's a lot of real estate to the left side of the field.
Third baseman Garrett Graham in the shortstop's area. And no one over there. He's going to foul that one. That one's going to touch the clouds and land just into the parking lot over there.
Garrett Graham was playing shortstop and ran all the way to the warning track. Yeah, they're obviously playing him to pull. Reese McWilliams deep in the hole at second. Wesley Scott even more so playing at second base, and one player, Garrett Graham, on the left side, outfield playing to pull as well.
He gets a hold of it, that one into deep center field, and Isaac now there for the grab. Short. He was going to overcome that high outfield center wall, and Isaac now decides to put a glove in there and stop it.
He has a nice contact by Short. You see that all the time into the deepest part of the park. Now it was in straightaway center field. Now was playing lined up in right center, so he had a lot longer of a run than he might have if he was aligned normally. Big out from Pico.
He'll balloon it out to left center field and now has to run onto the warning track, but that's two putouts in a row for the center fielder, and that's enough to send us to another break. Henderson goes scoreless. Ouachita trying to battle back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
For years, we've said we'll be on your side, by your side.
We all stand by that promise.
And I'm proud to be a part of a team of attorneys who are prepared
to be on your side and by your side.
So if you've been injured,
we'll be on your side, by your side.
Rodriguez back on the mound for another inning of work. So far, he's held the Tigers to a shutout as Henderson leads 2-0 in this Battle of the Ravine matchup. Reddy's trying to force a rubber match tomorrow at noon, but first they're going to need to close out this one here in the bottom of the fifth. Leading off will be Austin Gathright, followed up by Joseph Bolin and Gavin Jacobs. So you've got the bottom third of this lineup to go, and we'll see how Rodriguez deals with it.
You know, Rodriguez here starting the bottom of the fifth inning, only at a pitch count of 48. So 12 pitches an inning. Pretty economical with his pitches. And of course, Ouachita only has 2 hits. They haven't put much of a threat together offensively yet. But we've also seen several games this year where Ouachita going into the late innings. Obviously, this is a 7-inning game, so only 3 more at-bats for Ouachita has scheduled a 7-inning game. We've seen them hang around, a lot of nothing happen in the middle innings, and then late inning heroics. So they would like to not have to rely on that, but they're going into it knowing that they have done that a few times this year.
Gathright showing bunt, but he'll pull it back as it goes for a ball. The lefty out of Frisco, Texas this season, batting .276. Rodriguez, that one will go low. There is some action in the Henderson State bullpen.
Yeah, their closer, Peyton Bird, is starting to loosen. He leads the conference, and he's in tops among the nation in saves with 12 saves on the year. So he is starting to loosen. If Rodriguez can get through the fifth, I'm not sure if he would try to come in for a 2-inning save, but regardless, Bird is starting to loosen in the Henderson bullpen.
Rodriguez, the fastball will be low that time, so now one ball away from giving Gathright the base on balls. And that's what he'll do. Gathright, the free ride up to first, and then Joseph Bolin will look to advance him here.
Now batting the catcher, Joseph Bolin.
Rodriguez now, he's got 3 walks in this one, and that's been the majority of these on-base appearances for Ouachita today. They've gotten walked 3 times and then only had 2 hits.
Looks like Farrah's going to call time and come in and settle Rodriguez down. We do see a couple of other arms getting up. It looks like Alex Galvin again starting to make his move. Don't know if he's going to grab a glove or just be a safety. Yeah, it looks like he is going to pick up a ball and a glove. So Peyton Bird warming up, as we mentioned. Galvin is out there. He pitched in game 1, so I'm not sure if he's getting ready to warm up or not. Pitching coach Hayden Simpson is going to come out and talk to Rodriguez. He had the walk to Gathright, and he started with a ball that wasn't close to Bolin. So not a bad time to come out and try to settle him down. Probably give Bird a little bit more time to warm up. It looked like Simpson might have been asking the home plate umpire location on a couple of those pitches as well. Regardless, it's, he's had command the entire game, control of the Tigers the entire game. Only 2 hits. Tigers ran themselves out of a base runner. There you get a look at Peyton Bird, the graduate of Warren High School by way of Arkadelphia.
1-0 pitch here for Rodriguez to Bolin. And he'll get locked up on the inside on that one, watching it go right past his chest.
Yeah, Shork was set up middle out, and that ball came in, so he had to reach in and catch it. Sometimes you don't get that call because of where you were set up, but it caught the inside part of the plate. Home plate umpire Brad Clark is set up over that inside corner. That was nice.
Nice breaking ball that time. Finds the zone. Grabs the top inside corner. So now Bolin, he's watched 2 go by. So he'll have to swing on the next one or it's a strikeout. Double play opportunity. Bolin is safe.
No, they're going to call interference. He's going to call interference.
Gathright looked like right there that Farah got in the way of Gathright running to second. Gathright is going to run back to the dugout, so that looks to be an out.
Yeah,
we'll see what it is, though.
Base umpire. I don't know if we, if the replay is going or not, if we would get a look at that one, but even if we have a good angle of it. Sometimes to me it's just looking for something, but I don't know if they said that he didn't slide. He went in without getting out of the way. It looks like the umpire put his hand up, pointing, like indicating that he could have gotten out of the way but didn't. So regardless, it's going to be 2 outs.
Now batting right fielder.
That's tough. That's tough because you get 2 outs on that because of the interference. So now Rodriguez gets some help. It wasn't going to be a double play. It wasn't hard enough hit, but you get the interference, which is the same as a double play, and that could end the inning because it's a hard hit ball to center field and hangs up. That's a tough one to go against the Tigers, but that's the way the call goes, and deal with it and get on to the 6th.
Interference call forces 2 outs for the Tigers, and then Jacobs is going to rifle one right to the glove to the center fielder. So Washita, we're going to head to a break here on the Washita Sports Digital Network, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. There are so many threats to IT these days, and we're here to help protect your data and devices. We're also by your side when things simply go wrong, whether it's servers crashing or printers breaking. We cover it all for our clients in all types of businesses. And with over 80 years of history in Arkansas, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. Sign up for a free consultation at captg.com.
It's an ordinary day. Stephanie's driving home from school, like she does every day. Since she's almost home, she takes a quick glance at her phone, like she does every day. She arrives safely, like she does every day. It's another ordinary day. But then, something out of the ordinary happens. Distracted driving kills.
Reddy's back to the plate here in the Battle of the Ravine. They lead 2-0 here in the top of the 6th. Pico continues to stay up on the mound, pitching up against number 26, Alex Galvin. Two-0 start here for Pico, looking to battle back.
Yeah, between innings, tried to get some clarification on the interference on Gathright at second, but still don't know. Obviously, we don't have communication with him, but went back and watched it, and Gathright slid into the bag. Now, it looked funny because he had to dodge Farah and then go, so I still not sure if they said he slid towards the fielder and not towards the bag. We didn't have a great angle on that. Obviously, he's on top of that if that's what he called, but still tried to get some clarification and couldn't quite.
Three-one pitch for Pico. And that's going to be a walk for the Tigers. It's going to send Galvin to first base. And that's an extra liability for Pico.
Right fielder Trev Campbell.
.92-mile-per-hour blazer right down the outside, and Pico is going to throw a strike there.
Looks similar to ball 4. That's not happening.
Showing bunt is Campbell, and he's going to pull it back.
That's not happening.
Showing bunt again, but Pico, that one will get loose off to the outside.
Yep. It's a strike on the batter because he didn't get in the box soon enough. The pitch clock was already down, so Tripp had to look down and get the sign. So now, don't know if the bunt, you would think the bunt's off with 2 strikes. Oh my.
Throw to second. Tag out cannot be made. Wesley Scott did make the catch in time, just not unable to get his glove to the runner.
That's a tough one for Campbell to be rung up on. Pico will take it. Coach Howard's going to come out and talk to Pico. Campbell didn't like that one. That was unfortunate because he had the pitch clock violation for strike 2, and then you get rung up on one on the outside corner. But regardless, the first out of the inning is recorded on the strikeout. Coach Howard, nobody in the pen, loosening. So Coach Howard coming out to, this is an infield visit. He might not have liked how they either held on or checked or defended that stolen base. Based on his posture and the way he's talking right now, that was not a, hey guys, how are you doing? And it wasn't necessarily directed at Pico. That was more of an infield, guys, we got to all be on the same page and not fall asleep.
You do see Weston Bailey, the pitcher for Ouachita, getting warmed up. Obviously no throws yet, but stretching out over there in the bullpen. So Tigers do have a man that they have in mind to go to next if Pico cannot finish this one out. Showing bunt, and he'll foul it off to the left side.
Coach Hooten's played some small ball today. He's going to do it with Campbell in the previous at bat, and trying to get that run over at third base 90 feet away. Try to catch him maybe off guard and to see if you can bunt for a base hit here.
Pico, that one will go low in the dirt. So now 1-1 count for the junior. And he's going to find the bottom outside corner. Strike it right in there. And so now the junior 1 strike away from forcing Henderson to 1 out left. That one's going to hit the dirt. And it's going to strike Bolin right in the face mask.
Yeah, that was a tough one for Bolin. He came up, tried to block it. He just caught him right in the face mask on the bounce. So now infield will probably play in for Ouachita to try to cut down a run on a hard ground ball.
Swing and a miss that time. And dropped third strike, but it looked like Bolin got a hand on him.
That break on that ball had to be very deceiving. Now we got a warning to both teams, a little yappity yap on the way off the mound, or off the plate, off the mound, a little competition.
And that's what you love about the Battle of the Ravine right there. Both of these sides, same town. You could walk a mile and be over at Clydeberry Field, not even a mile.
Yeah, I was going to say, you walk a mile, you might be at Walmart.
Pico puts that one in the dirt. Great block that time by Bolin. He's going to keep the runner on third. Crucial position here for the Tigers, trying to keep Henderson State from increasing their lead here.
Big spot. Pico and the previous batter had a little fun with each other. Now you know that if Henderson's able to get this run across, they're going to get really loud. It's a big cut from Kyle Jones. Again, how many times have we come down to one pitch from the pitcher being able to get out of a jam? The other team's one pitch, especially since we've had close games today. One pitch from either extending or cutting into a lead. It's just why it makes situations like this fun.
Pico one strike away here. Here's the pitch. Jones cuts at it deep into left center field, and Austin Gathright able to get under it. Tigers keep Henderson State off the board further. They still trail by 2, and 2 innings left to go to cut into the lead. We'll see what happens as they go back to the plate here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
In the number 2 position on our top 30 countdown this week, here's In Your Hands. Hey, are you trying to kill us both?
What?
Are you aware that on average there are almost 10 texting and driving deaths each day?
No, that's awful.
Yeah, it is awful, so don't do it. The text can wait.
Thanks.
Anytime. And now...
Remember, the text can wait.
And a pitching change for the Reddies as we head into the penultimate inning here on this Friday afternoon. Bottom of the 6th for the Tigers, and Peyton Bird will take to the mound for Henderson State. 2.30 ERA on the season, 2-1 in win-loss decisions. He's made 20 appearances, started none of them. And folks, here's the stat to watch out for. 12 saves on the season, among some of the top in the nation and leading the Great American Conference this season. Head coach Cody Hooten trying everything he can to hold on to this lead and keep it so that they can force a high-stakes rubber match tomorrow here at Rab Rogers Field. Bird also has pitched 31 1/3 innings and only allowed 27 hits. So he'll face off against the top of the Ouachita order, Isaac Now, Wesley Scott, and Kendall Cassidy. And so no better time for him to show his pitching prowess than right here against the leader for Ouachita in batting average, Isaac Now. .358 on the year, 7 home runs, 27 RBIs.
You mentioned Bird with 12 saves. He does have 10 appearances of 2 innings or more, so he can obviously has been called on for the 2-inning save in the past, and that's what Coach Hooten and Coach Hall are going for right now. He's not given up more than 2 hits in his last 5 appearances. The last time he gave up was 3, and he's done that 3 times this year. He's never given up more than 3 hits in any of his appearances. Now, those are appearances of 1 or 2 innings, but still, lowest ERA, highest amount of saves. He is their closer, one of the best in the country this season in Division II.
1-1 pitch for Bird. That one will hit the dirt.
has not given up an earned run in the last 6 games either.
That one goes low for him. 3-1
I think that was
count.
more. I think it had the north-south. I think Henderson thought it was on the plate. Brad Clark said it was off the plate, and so now the count 3-1 to the leadoff batter in the 6th.
Now he's going to put that one past the infield for a hit. Give it to the senior Isaac Now, who puts Ouachita now in a position, the game-tying run at the plate here in Wesley Scott.
And this is, I said it a couple of innings ago, Ouachita's been in situations this year where they've hung around, and then had the late innings where they've been able to put stuff together. Obviously, you're a long way from that because Bird's 1 pitch from getting a double play, Scott's 1 swing from tying it. So you're a long way, but there's a lot of room in left center if Scott goes the other way. Ooh.
Scott wanted it all that time, can't get a hold of it. But another thing you notice, this Henderson State bullpen completely inactive as Bird goes up to the mound.
This is the closer.
This is the guy that you want for the rest of the game if you are head coach Cody Hooten. Gonna check on Now over on first.
You get a shot of Luke Rice. Talked to his dad between games, asked how he was after that cut in the first inning. Said he got it on the cheek and then a couple of up in his head as well. So glad to see he's been able to battle back.
Scott, he'll get a piece of it. Double play opportunity here. Now slides into first, and he'll save the Tigers from the double play. Scott slides into first. Now does get thrown out at second, though.
Nice play by Luke Rice, coming off the bag, ranging to his right. The momentum allowed him to throw Now out at second. So they do cut down the lead runner, get an out, and keep runners out of scoring position.
Game-tying run still on the plate, still at the plate. This time, though, it's Kendall Cassidy. Going to check on Scott, and Wesley Scott, a very dangerous base runner, leads the Great American Conference in stolen bases with 25 on the season. He's only been caught stealing 3 times. Cassidy, he'll parry that one off behind him.
You look at the saves, but we mentioned Bird's 12. The next in the conference is Austin Adair at SAU with 7.
Cassidy, he'll rifle that one down the right side. He's going to be safe at first, and so Ouachita, they continue to keep guys safe at first, but they cannot advance the runner one more base.
Nice job by Fair of making a nice throw to get the lead runner again. And if you're Bird, that's what you want. If you're the defense, you got to make a play, cut down the lead runner, keep him out of scoring position. It's a nice play by Luke Fair at second base. Ouachita to this point has just not been able to get that big hit. And it doesn't matter who's at first. Bird is keeping them close. Ouachita, not a huge team with stolen bases. Wesley Scott has 25, and the rest of the team combined does not have 25. Kendall Cassidy has 1. The rest of the team combined only has 15.
And Bird very much wanting to get the pick off on Cassidy and end this inning off early. Garrett Graham, a guy that he's shown that his bat has power on it. That one's going to go to the outside. Good effort that time.
Yeah, dugout helping Shork. He lost that one. Might have heard on the through our crowd mic feet. He thought that one might have gotten to the backstop, but he did keep it in the circle.
Bird, that one goes low.
43 strikeouts on the season for Bird, only 8 walks. Over a 5-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. His ERA is 2.30. Now, he's not going to be in conference leaders for ERA because he doesn't have, the innings pitched. But when he has been out there, he has been effective.
Bird, here's the 2-0 pitch. And Graham watches that go by on the inside. Native of Abilene, Texas here, trying to get something going off the arm of Bird. Swing and a miss for Graham, and 1 strike away are the Reddies from getting themselves out of this 6th inning.
It was a good breaking ball, started over the middle of the plate, broke away from Graham. Still had a pull swing on it, so it broke away and not able to do anything with it.
Two-two pitch. Bird, he'll put that one low and outside. So now full count here. The junior trying to get himself another strikeout on the season.
Bird also grew up in Arkadelphia, moved to Warren when he was in high school. Originally went to Henderson to play football and moved back over to the baseball diamond where he grew up playing. Now he'll call time, and Shork will go out and talk to him, and Luke Rice will join them. This is a big pitch. Kendall Cassidy is going to be off on the move. They're switching. It looks like they might be switching their communication device. Maybe Birds wasn't registering, and so Luke Rice looked like he might have switched devices with Bird. Always good when the pitcher knows what gets the right sign. Crowd comes alive, big spot.
Payoff pitch for Bird. And that's a swing and a miss for Graham, and he retires the side. Reddies keep the Tigers off the board once again. 1 inning to go to make a mark. We'll see what happens after the break here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Tag Pico up to the mound for the final inning on defense, barring a tie here. Tigers have been unable to put any scores up on the board so far. Meanwhile, Henderson State, they scored a run in the first and a run in the third, and that's how they lead 2-0 here. Lack of hits in this one, only 7 hits between both teams. And so this game really has been a matter of how good the defenses have been so far. And that really shows in the score. 2-0 leading are the Reddies.
It's defense, but it's also pitchers getting out of spots. Henderson State has stranded 6 runners. Ouachita only 4. That's just because they haven't had a whole lot of runners on base. Both teams stranded a lot of runners in game 1 as well.
Pico facing off against the 9-hole Louis Holt before it turns over to Luke Farah and Luke Rice. Tag Pico, closing his 18th game of the season right now. Checks his swing, and they're going to say he did in time. 3-0 count here. Pico in line for the get me over pitch here.
Man, that was a tough one to go against Pico.
That one will go high, and that's going to send Holt to first base.
Second baseman Luke Farah.
Here the Henderson dugout, a little bit of excitement as they. This is a result of the fun from the previous inning. Coach Dave Brown is pitching coach Dave Brown's out at the mound. I wouldn't be surprised if he made the home plate umpire come out and make him go back and ask about the ball 3 pitch.
Louis Holt, last time he was on base, we got to see him cross home plate, one of the 2 runs in this game for Henderson. And now here's Luke Farah hitting out of the 1 hole here for the Reddies. Pico delivers that one low. In need of a strike here to give himself some momentum. That's his 6th straight ball. Finds the zone that time, and that's a much needed strike for Tag Pico. 88 miles per hour right down the middle for the junior. Farah lofts that one out into right field, and Jacobs is there to make the grab in the sun.
Big pitch and big battle back by Pico. 6 straight balls, and you're able to get a called strike and a fly out to kind of stop the bleeding, per se, to kind of get back in the thing and kind of quiet the dugout. Henderson was kind of on him, as you would be with 6 straight balls in a game like this.
That one will go low for Pico.
If I'm a pitcher, I'm living there on that outside corner.
Very crucial inning right here. Final of the game, barring a Ouachita comeback. Pico trying to make it as manageable as possible for the Ouachita lineup as they'll head to the plate following this frame. The throw to second, Wesley Scott able to get in front of it, keep the runner on second, but he will steal. Credit Louis Holt that time on the stolen bag.
Yeah, that was a great jump by Holt on Pico, and Bolin threw from his knees because that's the only chance he had, but that was on Holt on the jump.
2-1 pitch. Rice, he'll get a piece of it off to the left side. Pico 1 strike away here. Two-two pitch. And can't get him on the inside, so now it's a full count, trying to prevent another walk here. And locks him up on the inside, tag Pico. That's out number 2, 1 more to go for the Tigers to put themselves just 2 behind going into this final frame.
Now batting the catcher, Jeremy Short.
And that is much needed, much wanted, and makes Ouachita incredibly excited. Pico is going to intentionally walk Shork that time.
Yeah, you walk Shork. Obviously, he's a good stick, but also you force up the you set up the force at any bag also. But the way Shork has been getting contact on the ball, even with 2 outs, now you set up the force out in any bag.
Dylan Block now. Gonna check his swing, but not in time. They're gonna call that a swung on strike, so 0-1 count for Pico.
Got him to go at the first one, couldn't hold up, trying to go out there again, see if he could get another swing, but nice patience by Block on that pitch.
Block, he'll swing and miss on it, so now tag Pico 1 strike away from holding off the Reddies again. One-two pitch. Crowd thought he might have got him on the inside, but the umpire thought differently. 2-2 count here.
I'm blocked.
Swing and a miss for tag Pico, and he's gonna dash back to the Ouachita dugout. Scoreless inning, well earned for the Tigers, and now it's crunch time for Luke Howard's team. They've got to put up 2 runs somehow against the closer for the Reddies. We'll talk a little bit more about that after the break here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I'm Attorney Taylor King. For years, you've heard us say we'll be on your side, by your side.
I'm Attorney Austin King. At Taylor King Law, we stand by that promise.
And I'm attorney Maggie King Davis. I'm proud to be a part of a team of dedicated professionals who are prepared
to be on your side and by your side when you need us most.
If you've been injured, contact the Taylor King Law Firm.
And we, and more, will be on your side, by your side.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
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 Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
And welcome back. It is all up to this. Bottom of the 7th here in this 7-inning game in Game 2 of this Battle of the Ravine series between the Ouachita Tigers and Henderson State Reddies. Ouachita, they've got their 5, 6, and 7 holes in Jackson Jester, Reese McWilliams, and Austin Gathright due up here. 3 outs signals a win for the Reddies, and Ouachita hoping to hold it off and take a win in this series today. Meanwhile, closer Peyton Bird, leading the conference in saves with 12 on the year, wants to pick up lucky number 13, along with a forced rubber match tomorrow at noon.
If you're a double digit, if your jersey is double digits and you're trying to match your jersey number with saves, that's not a bad season.
Jester, he'll check his swing, but
yeah,
never mind that.
He just called that one on the outside corner. Jester acknowledged that it was a called strike, and now he's in the hole 0-2. Bird working quickly and efficiently.
0-2 pitch. That one will get loose and go high. Jester, he'll pop that one over to the left side. Play is made by shortstop Cal Jones. 2 outs away are the Reddies. And now here's Reese McWilliams. We saw him power one past the outfield wall, his first of the season in game 1 of this series. So far today, no hits so far. He's got a fly out and a ground out though. Bird, that one goes low. Gets him on the bottom inside corner. McWilliams, one of 2 seniors in this lineup. He's going to put a bat to it, foul it off to the right side. Thought for a second he might have had that one in play. You saw the reaction there. Bird, that one drifts off to the outside, so 2-2 even count. McWilliams, way to watch that one go by. He'll foul that one off. It looks playable, and the grab is made. Jeremy Shork able to get his catcher's mitt on it.
It's a nice play by Shork running towards the warning track. Ball's going to be tailing away from him. Does a nice job of tracking it down, maintaining his balance, and then making sure that he and third baseman Dylan Block don't run into each other, getting a nice out for his pitcher, and Henderson's 1 out away from forcing a rubber match, tying this series at 1-1.
It all comes down to this. Here's Austin Gathright looking to prolong this game. Meanwhile, Peyton Bird so far has faced the minimum in this final inning. Gathright showing bunt and getting the bunt, but it's going to go off to the left into foul territory.
He's trying to bunt for a base hit with 1 strike there. Obviously, Block was playing back. He tried to catch him, but now you're in the hole 0-2, and Bird has all kinds of things he can try to do ahead in the count, just needing 1 strike to close it out.
0-2 pitch. And the backwards K is what's going to send us to a rubber match. The Reddies hold Ouachita scoreless, finishing off the shutout, and they're going to pick up the win, 2-0 here from Rab Rogers Field. So, Chris, that means we've got ourselves a good old-fashioned rubber match at noon tomorrow, Saturday afternoon, for the Battle of the Ravine title.
Yeah, and you want to be with us early. Tomorrow at Senior Day, normally we start about 10 minutes or 10 or 15 minutes before the first pitch. Tomorrow we'll start earlier. The broadcast will start around 11:20ish or so. The Senior Day festivities will be at 11:30. That's when they'll do Senior Day, so we'll start the broadcast a little bit earlier than that, and then we'll have a Senior Day for 6 seniors on this Ouachita Tiger team. We'll be playing their last game at Rab Rogers Field. It'll be a fun one tomorrow. Isaac, a rubber match in the Battle of the Ravine. That's only I think the 5th or 6th victory a Henderson team has had against Ouachita this year. I think the record's now 21-5 when you take all the sports together.
And, we're talking about seniors for tomorrow. We'll continue a little bit into today. For Ouachita Sports Digital Network, it's a little bit bittersweet today as this has been the final game for Ouachita senior and director of OSDN, Priscilla Leverett. And so Priscilla, before I send it out, today is the final day for our very special senior working here. Chloe, don't worry, I'll get you tomorrow. Priscilla, you've been the most loyal member of OSDN since I've been here. And the leadership shown, even when she wasn't a director, is something that I'm always going to cherish. Priscilla, we're really going to miss you, but we also know that you've got great things on the horizon. Our all-time great runner. I always remember seeing Priscilla actually run, handing out stats at the Final Four just about a month ago, and just her relentless leadership throughout all of the hardships that we've dealt with this year, throughout all of the great times we've dealt with this year, and throughout all of the cool things we've done this year. Priscilla has been there for every single bit of it. And so, Priscilla, thank you so much for the time you've spent in the trailer. We're all really going to miss you. And we just want to thank you for being a great friend and a great leader. So with that, from Isaac Bourne to Chris Babb to Kate Perrin to Madeline Colzer to Nate Hollis to Gavin Wallace to Josiah Wooten, David Pinnell, and Chloe Velleman. This has been the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Join us tomorrow for our final broadcast of the 2024-25 school year. And thank you so much, Priscilla Leverett, for your time here with us. And we'll see you tomorrow.
I've heard people say...
Hi, everybody. This is John Fanta with Fox Sports and the Big East Digital Network.
Hi, this is Brad Sham, voice of the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm Nicole Auerbach.
Kevin Kugler of Westwood One.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Pranica of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
Hi, this is Chuck Swirsky with the Chicago Bulls, our flagship station, 670 The Score.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN. This is Tom Hart at ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.